Hello, everyone, and welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 355 for May 21st, 2020. I am one of your hosts, Adriel.
I'm another one, Trevor.
And I'm the last one, Kelly.
Go. Got
The best for
everyone.
last.
Did it all right.
Yep.
Man, we're on the ball today.
All I need to do now is drop an F-bomb and give you some editing.
I'm not editing. Don't drop it.
I'm not. Gotta get back to our
tits.
family-friendly rating.
There we go.
Oh,
We've lost our ways because of the RCMP shenanigans.
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
lost our ways a long time ago, but we just hit it well.
More recently, a little bit more.
Mm.
Yeah. Look at Trevor, for example. He looks like he lost his way, got on a train to nowhere.
The hobo sack.
He's got the hobo sack, the stick with the napkin that's got all of his world possessions on it.
He looks like he belongs on an island with a ball that's named Wilson, is what he looks like.
Or on an island digging for treasure in a money pit.
Or I just look like I desperately need a shave.
That too. Yeah, definitely that
It's
too.
coming. As soon as Chubby's Barbershop opens, I'm going to go in. I'm going to get the full works. It's going to be like a man spa day. He even lights your ears on fire. He does this Turkish thing where they take a Q-tip and they put stuff on it and light it on fire and they burn your ear hairs if you got some of that going on because you're old and stuff. I'm getting a hot shave, my head, my face, everything. And then I'll grow back my goatee. I got to find somewhere to live until the goatee comes back, though. Goatee? That's not
Goatee.
a thing.
Roti?
Yep.
Goatee.
I thought for sure you were going to actually not shave nothing or shower or do anything until COVID and we're fully up and running like in December.
Well, I did shower twice. I've not shaved anything.
That's
anywhere.
obvious.
Yeah. And but the New Brunswick teachers are going back into their schools on the 1st of June.
So what's happening with that? Are you guys going to?
I literally just told you the New Brunswick teachers are going back
Are
to school on June 1st.
I know. Are the students going too, though?
I said the teachers. I didn't
Virtual?
say
You know
schools
what?
were
Are you
open.
doing virtual? You gonna do this? You gonna do Zoom thing?
Virtual continues until the 12th of June.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, what we did in Guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center, Canada's premier firearms retailer. Right now, they have the Terran Tactical 2011 Combat Master John Wick 9mm. This is an unfired Combat Master. It's very nice. They're very cool looking. You could say that they're precious, and they're a fantastic looking firearm.
Yeah, they're going to have others coming. This one, I think, maybe was somebody traded it in or something. It's not a brand new gun because it says unfired, so that implies like they got it off customer, but it's never been fired, so you're getting a deal on it.
Right.
It's
They are
not their regular
fantastic.
stock.
Yeah, they're a just take the 2011 and like put all the stuff on it, and that's what that thing is.
Oh yeah, and slide cuts and stuff, and it's the one that John Wick used in the last movie.
Yeah. Trevor, what have you been up to this week?
I got some stuff done. I did some reloading. I loaded up some 308. I joined the Conservative Party. Which one of you jerks went in and changed the show notes to say I joined the Liberal Party? Adriel, I'm looking at you.
I wish I thought of that.
Kelly?
What? Sorry, I wasn't listening. What?
Okay. Yeah, I loaded up some 308, and then I went down to Fredericton to go. I don't have a bubble, and Filthy doesn't have a bubble, so Filthy's wife, God bless her soul, we're bubbled now. She approved the bubbling. So now Filthy's my bubble, and I'm Filthy's bubble.
I thought Denis was your bubble.
Denis was my bubble, but shut up, Kelly, I guess.
Who's your bubble buddy?
Yeah. So
is this official or is this just recommendations? Because if it's just recommendations, it's like it's neat, but it's not law. And none of
it's law. It's all garbage. And as soon as they said that you could bubble with one family, people in this area said the hell with it.
Barbecue, block parties.
We were free of cases for quite a long time. And the other day, just literally a couple of days ago, there was a Solidarity March on the bridge between Camelton and Quebec. And guess what? Some a-hole took COVID back to New Brunswick. And they wonder why I'm like, listen, as soon as we have no cases, open up our province to our own residents, keep the borders closed to everybody else, and we'll be fine. What do? They go have themselves a Solidarity March. Where? Quebec, where there's like the most cases, and they bring it back to Camelton. So Camelton has a fresh case because of that.
I thought the Quebec border was closed.
Well, the Quebec and New Brunswick border is supposed to be closed, but
they had a Solidarity March.
If you meet in the middle, I guess it's fine.
They've got public safety officers working the bridge, and anybody with a sob story gets to come over, right? It's supposed to only come over for work or essential stuff. I need minutes for my cell phone, man.
Yeah, you've got a good story, then you're good.
You got a good story, yeah.
Apparently,
there's still 500 cars crossing a day.
Oh.
That doesn't sound like a closed border to me.
No.
So.
Or you need menthol cigarettes from the reserve.
Yeah, can't get them. Sorry, Gallon. Quit.
You knew what I was talking about, right?
Of course. He's already asked me to try and figure out a way to get him smoked. No, shut up, quit. Anyway, so there's a match coming up. So went to Filthy's range with the boys. I had some other errands to run down there. Plus, there's an RC track down there I wanted to check out. So really, that's what it was about. I'm going to check an RC track, and while I'm in town, I might as well go shooting with the boys. So I just brought my IPSC rig and my production optics gun, Phoenix Red back, of course, from the Calgary Shooting Center. If you don't shop there, you are a communist. And we went to the range to do some practice. I brought a piece of steel. Filthy had a steel target as well. And I brought all of my garbage, trash, reject ammo, even ammo that I don't even know where it came from, ammo I picked up along the way. And lots of malfunction clearing drills because my Phoenix has a match trigger. That's why I bought the Hundo, which is a case gauge that will hold 100 pieces of ammo at a time. So it's a super fast way to sort your ammo. Plus, the tolerances are tight, and that makes for a high quality finished product. When you put it in the Hundo and then throw it in the ammo can, you know it's good to go. You know it's match ammo. But this was not my match ammo, so I got two guns to practice in. I got some steel practice in, and I got some malfunction clearing. And I did the whole.
Your mic a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's awful. It keeps, no matter where I put it, Adriel, it keeps rubbing on my beard. Actually, that seems better.
Your beard is very large.
Yes.
That's why it occupies a lot of volume.
Your volume's gone way down. Kelly, you're still fine, but Adriel, your volume's dropped off. Anyway, I practiced for steel challenge. So I had my beeper on my belt, and I would do the surrender position, which is the default for USPSA style steel challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a good time. What else did I do? That's about it. Been cleaning the Phoenix Redback tonight.
Did you get into the sear cage on that thing?
Pardon me?
Did you get into the sear cage on it?
I had it out of the gun on the show here tonight just to wipe it down and check and see if the sear spring was broken, because the double action had stopped working during practice and then magically started working again. Guns aren't complicated. There's a couple of pins, a couple of springs. Something somewhere has let go. You just need to look at every part until you find the part that's let go.
Mm-hmm.
So the trigger return spring is good. The sear spring is good. I may get into a little bit deeper and drift out the trigger pin and see what's going on with that. Take out the hammer pin, the hammer strut. Although the double action is working now, the slide, when I rack the slide, it's very stiff. There's something binding somewhere, and I don't know where or why. I brought out my Shadow 2 and checked it out, and the Shadow 2 is a lot smoother. So there's something not happy with my Phoenix right now. I also need to, I'm going to Fredericton again, so I'll take it with me and then get to the range. Filthy's doing a range orientation on Saturday? Sunday? Dragonflies? I don't know. See if you catch that reference, people. Anyway, I might go, and if I do, I'll take it and test it out.
Cool.
So there's something else I did, but I don't remember. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah. All right. Shotgun's not here yet.
No.
It's officially a week late.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also have a package coming from the Calgary Shooting Center, which is actually coming to me from Phoenix, the makers of the Redback. They're sending me a jersey and some grips and some other little bits for the gun through the Calgary Shooting Center. That's also in the mail, so that's exciting. So,
One thing
yeah.
that they should have thought of is grooming requirements for their sponsored shooters.
Well, here's the thing. When we have our first match, I won't look homeless anymore, right?
I know, I'm just bugging.
You need to get new pants too.
Why do I need new pants?
Who's wearing pants these days?
Well, I hope he's wearing pants during his match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, your pants are way too big on you.
No.
The pants I saw you wear the pants I saw you wearing on the weekend? Yeah. I didn't see you wear. I saw pictures.
Oh, yeah, those 511s are a size 36. They're the only 511s I have left. I've been too cheap to buy new ones.
So in other words, you need new pants?
Yeah, I need new 511 pants. You are correct, Kelly.
It's just more reasons not to lose weight. Got to buy pants. What a hassle.
I know, right?
I bought pants.
Okay. Adriel, what did you get up to?
Let me think about that. I went to the range and did a little bit of shooting with this thing, this Tokarev. A little bit, 200 rounds or so. Mid-range, 50 yards on steel, 100 yards, that kind of thing. Fun. We also tested out some, because of the changes with long guns, we did some testing with some different semi-automatic rifles to see if they'd be possible for people to use for 3-gun. So namely like SKS and that kind of thing. A lot of ranges will ban steel core ammo with SKSs and say like, no, you just can't use those. And because a lot of people, like their fancy gun was their AR, we wanted to test out, does the SKS with steel core ammo damage steel? Does it increase the possibility of ricochet or something like that? So we did some testing on steel at again, not at close distance, at a distance that we'd be shooting at our for our 3-gun matches, and no difference. If anything, less damage than 223 does. So just because like I think a lot of people think of like steel core ammo as armor penetrating, or like it'll do more damage because steel is harder than lead, but it's mild steel that they put in a lot of that surplus ammo, and that mild steel doesn't really do much. You need speed. You need speed to damage steel. So like 223, even the lead core, no steel, not M855, the what is it? What's the other one? SS109. Just the lead core stuff. That stuff will damage steel at under 100 yards just because it's so stinking fast.
Right.
But SKS ammo, like surplus stuff with steel core, doesn't. It's just not going fast enough.
Cool.
Yeah, I shot this Tokarev like 200 rounds, like fast too, just like loading up mags and banging it rounds and getting it stinking hot. And that was fun. I had one weird jam with it, just one. Like the last shot I made, what
happened?
As like I don't know how it happened, but the feed lips, if you want to call that, are kind of machined in, or are a part of the trigger group, and the casing tried to get a little bit up and then got like jammed in there. It was really it was the
Weird.
last round in the group, so it was odd, but well, it did that once. So yeah.
But that was your last round.
It was my last round.
Or it wasn't the last round you shot. It's just the last round in that group.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean the feed lips are kind of like inside the hammer group there, and these lips here, that casing tried to get jammed back on there instead of getting ejected properly. Most of them ejected him, and it like flings them way, way far away. But I don't know. It was a fun little head out to the range. I mean, I missed it. It was good to get back out to the range.
Yay.
Here in Alberta, things are opening up very quickly. So we went from okay, you can have outdoor events, 15 people max, 2-meter distancing on one day, to like 2 days later, it's like actually 50 people now. So they're really opening that stuff up, which is good because there's not really a lot you can do. Like you can't go do a lot of the stuff in a city here without being around people too close. You need these large outdoor spaces where that 2-meter distancing is possible. Yep. And yeah, so we're going to be opening up shooting events and that kind of thing, modified so that we still don't
You can
spread the
do
COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to those events. Just planning and trying to figure out what kind of modifications we need to make, and looking forward to them. I know a lot of
Yay.
people are too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Kelly?
I didn't do much this week. Yeah, I had a phone call with Adriel and a couple other people talking about Project Maple Seed and making some decisions on that. And that's part of what he was talking about. We're going to be looking at maybe opening up Alberta, right, Adriel?
Not maybe.
We are.
Not maybe.
So, but because of restrictions and other things in other provinces, we're not going to be doing that. So I'll post that later tonight after the podcast. I went to SFRC on Saturday. They were not open. The store wasn't open, but they have a brand new chip truck in front. So I went. It's 38 Special. I love the name of the chip truck. So went there, took some pictures of the chip truck and posted them online for SFRC. They have a barbecue truck too, so, and I'm excited about that. I did have some of the food that they prepared. It was pretty good. Deep fried cheese curd. It was delicious. But I did not get to the range because the ranges were closed, but they're going to be open this weekend. So I'm looking at maybe potentially going to the Trap Club is open, but we have to book spots. So
But how could that be? Shotguns are prohibited. They have muzzles over 20 millimeters.
So I'm bringing my 28.
That's safe.
Sticking it to the man.
Bet. So I'll bring that, and but we do have to book spots, and they don't want us all to come in the morning and all that. So I've been getting emails from them like forever and like in a flurry. What else did I do? I did go to Costco. I go to Costco probably once. It's been once every 2 weeks, but they had some pants. Those pants that Adriel, that you and I picked up last year to do Maple Seed. They had some of those still, and they had one pair of pants that I was looking for with that would fit me. So it's and that's all they had. So I dove through the bin and got the one pair of pants that would fit me. So they're actually they're utility pants, shooting pants, got pockets and everything, so they're perfect. And then you
Are you
can
talking about the lined ones or the zippered ones?
The zippered ones. So
oh yeah, love those.
So these are the ones that are they come in black, they come in steel gray, and then they're the ones that are the summer ones, and then they bring stuff out in the fall.
They zipper the legs off, like right at the knee. You zip it,
Yeah,
and then the leg comes off.
I got a couple of pair of those from Costco in the past. They're awesome. They're like cargo pants and then shorts. So in archery, you'd start off at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and in the springtime, there's practically still frost on the ground, and by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we have to unzip the bottoms, right?
Yep. So they're only like $25. Yeah, $25 for a pair. So, and then you know what? I was going to say, you know, you should probably go over to Costco and get a couple of pair because you need some pants anyways because you're at a 511s, right?
These are like practically 511s. Kirkland signature 511s.
Practically.
No, they're not the Kirkland. They're some other brand. Anyways, so I got one pair because it's the only pair that actually fit me, and so and that was a good deal. What else? That's it. That's all I did. My dog wants water too, and she's banging on the water bowl. So I'm gonna mute myself. You guys go ahead.
Cool. Let's get into upcoming events. Upcoming events is sponsored by, now, Trevor, is it Telos Alpha or Telos Alpha?
Yes.
I'm going to say Telos Alpha. Telos Alpha is a Canadian digital agency that works exclusively in the firearms vertical. They help them with business processes, strategic planning, websites, e-commerce, and battling the stigma the industry carries with banks, merchant processors, and social media. Their mission statement is empower and enable our clients to grow, thrive, and ascend to their maximum contribution in the firearms industry. Underscores everything they do. They are firearms enthusiasts and understand firearms culture. They hold open webinars to help any firearms business get the edge and succeed, and are involved in the industry at all levels. They are committed to the success and growth of the firearms community, culture, and lifestyle in Canada and the United States. Learn more at telosalpha.com. We've been doing a
Awesome.
lot of webinars. Webinars is like the way to roll these days because you can't do like in-person conferences anymore, right? So webinars.
For now.
Webinars. No, like heck with in-person. In-person sucks. You got to like do all this logistics for people, stuff that people don't even appreciate. Online is the way to go.
Yeah. Something to be said for working from home.
Yeah, there's parts of it that are fantastic, right? Being able
Yep.
to just like the commute is fantastic. Not that you would care
Yeah,
about
the
that
commute
anyways.
is
but
amazing. First part of my commute involves leaving the bedroom, going to the washroom. Then
And
I take a
like-
real long road trip down to the kitchen.
Get some
getting
coffee.
dressed, it's like put a shirt on.
Getting
This
dressed.
is all.
You don't even have to put pants
That's all,
on.
all you're going to get. That's right. I'm not wearing pants right now.
Nope, no one knows if you're wearing pants on the internet.
That's right.
Upcoming events. Hey, Trevor, I'm supposed to remind you to add
Yeah.
something
did
to
it.
upcoming events.
I did it, yeah.
You
You want me to do it now? I'm busy buying car parts.
Yes.
Our parts.
Oh, what
All right, so
Arson.
I'll do it the first one, whether or not
Okay.
The 5th annual Ronnie de Group Memorial Steel
Yeah.
Challenge is happening on the first Saturday in June, and that date is, stand by, the 6th of June. It's always the first Saturday of June because that is the anniversary of Ronnie's memorial service. So if this is the 5th annual, that means that Ronnie and his wife Carol have been passed on now for 6 years because we had it a year after his death on the anniversary of his memorial service. So it occurs at the Restigouche Gun Club, where Ronnie was a longtime member and one of the key volunteers there. It is a USPSA style match. We use USPSA rules and then to tailor them or change them or modify them as we see fit because it's not a sanctioned match. So I do what I want. But the stages are directly out of the USPSA Steel Challenge rulebook. Pendulum, Hope and or Smoke and Hope, Roundabout, Speed Option, 5 to Go, all those ones. And they're almost always the exact measurements as the rule book, but we go with rangeability. If there's room in the bay, we make it exactly as the rules state. If there's not, well, we make it as best we can. Shut up and have fun. This year, we're cutting back to 8 stages, and that's mostly because I'm too lazy to spread the 8 stages throughout the entire gun range. Typically, we do more than one Steel Challenge stage per bay, but because of social distancing and all that other made-up mumbo-jumbo that's supposed to keep the sheep safe,
Yeah.
we're only going to do
One.
one stage per bay. So
Okay.
I'm dropping the shittiest stage in the whole match, and that way I can keep the match relatively confined to one part of our gun range and yet still have one stage per bay. I've capped the match at 70, so we're going to do 7 squads of 10. Registration and payment is mandatory online through PractiScore. If you show up at the range having not registered, I'll just wish you well and send you on your way. You do not do a match check-in at the range. You don't do a registration at the range. You will get your squad. You will get your bay the night before. Check your email. Show up the next day. Go to that stage. Strap on your gun and shoot your match, and then get off my range and go home.
Sweet. Love it.
Yep. $25. There's 50 spots left. Go to the PractiScore and search up the Restigouche Gun Club and register if you're from New Brunswick. And if you're not from New Brunswick, stay the hell home. We don't want your COVID.
Thanks.
I feel like you're being racist against Albertans. Like I'm not allowed to go to your run into group
It's
shoot.
just people from Quebec.
Don't
and
flatter
Ontario.
yourself. I hate everyone. Mostly I hate Quebecers the most, but I hate you guys too.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
I'm glad it's equal. You're
Yeah.
all
No,
equally
it's not equal.
worthless.
There's way more. There's an unhealthy amount of hate for Quebec.
Mhm.
So it's not equal. Like I hate Quebec the most, and everybody else is like a close second, but way far behind Quebec.
Mm.
That makes sense?
Yeah, I think I got the hierarchy.
Okay, cool.
Although he likes Alberta more than Ontario, probably.
Oh God, that my order of hate would put I hate Alberta the least. I hate Quebec the most. Then I hate Ontario.
No.
Everyone like Newfoundland is way up there in my love. Nova Scotia's way up there. But yeah, the rest is just how much do I hate you kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in case I didn't say it, I hate Quebec the most. In case
Right.
anyone missed that.
The news. Yep. I
Okay.
wouldn't have never guessed that either.
Oh no?
No.
Oh, it's mostly because of their politics, somewhat
Mm.
because of their people.
Mm.
No, just kidding. Their people are fine. It's never the people's fault.
No.
It's the idiots the people elect.
True fact.
Mm.
All right, why don't we get into the news? This first one here, BCL is leaving the Canadian market. So
Yeah.
there is.
Surprise.
Let me pull. Well, let me.
I feel sorry for whoever's getting them.
Screen share. Screen 2. That one. Yeah, Black Creek is leaving a Canadian semi-automatic rifle market, so they're not going to be doing anything anymore. Most like they make semi-automatic rifles, and their semi-automatic rifles are
Banned.
banned. Yep.
Thanks, Canada.
Yeah.
Dicks.
Yeah. That also so some people have pre-sales on BCL coyotes, and
People were wondering about that. Yeah.
I was on a thread where Bullseye was talking about it, and it seems super up in the air right now what's going on. So
Good luck. I hope you get your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, on one hand, the prohibition said, hey, if you bought it already and it just has to be transferred to you, that can happen, but then that's it. So some of the people who have pre-ordered a full pre-order, they may actually still get their gun, or they might not. We don't know, because these guys might not be making anything else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like on the positive side, if the gun turns out to be unreliable and it doesn't work, it doesn't matter anyways because it's prohibited. All you've got is a chunk of steel that is an IOU from the RCMP that they're gonna have to pay you at some point.
So that's the glass half full.
Glass half
really.
full.
Yeah.
You won't have to deal with jamming issues on it.
Really? Okay.
That's funny. That's funny, Kelly.
Next up, ATRS update. So ATRS Modern Sporter is prohibited. They have put an update up on CGN. The update is, I've just got it up here on the screen. First and foremost, what's clear and established, the FRT has opinion, not law. Yes, it's the RCMP's opinion, and their opinion is not law and doesn't even make all that much sense. The May 1st OIC did not mention the Modern Hunter, Varminter, or Sporter under any category. The last information we have is that the Modern Varmint, Sporter, and Hunter were changed to prohibited under the RCMP's firearms reference table.
Right.
The writing in the FRT has been erased or amended to cover these actions.
Right.
Because if you would have looked before, it would have said something along the lines of, this thing's not a variant of an AR-15. And now it says this thing's a variant of the AR-15 and they're therefore prohibited, or AR-10 in case of the Modern Hunter.
Right.
What we are doing, we are continuing to manufacture and ship out receivers. Communication in regard to this will be ongoing. Our position is that even though the Modern Sporter is listed in the FRT as prohibited, all of those paid in full orders are already legally sold prior to the recent changes and are a matter of returning property to their owners. Current deposit orders represent a transaction that began before this unlawful FRT took place. Orders with deposits will be allowed to. There's some different things they're doing with deposits. So more or less, they are setting them up. What is coming? We intend to fight this. Are in the talks with other organizations, potentially pool resources towards this cause. We're working towards setting up a GoFundMe for legal action. In which case, I think they've got a pretty good case because the FRT said before that these things were not AR-15s, they're not AR-10s or variants of as such, and now they've changed their mind and have commercially hurt the company, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But if you had one of these things on pre-order and you had a full payment on it, you're getting a chunk of steel that won't be too super useful. It's an IOU from the Liberals to you for $1,000 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
This next one here is an open letter from law enforcement re a gun ban. This is posted on the CCFR's blog.
Yep.
Have you guys, either of you read it? Either of you
not
heard
yet.
of it?
I saw that Tracy had posted it, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet. So let's go through it.
Either of you want to do like a quick read through on the air?
I mean, if you want to read it, go for it.
Yep, we had
actually. Do it.
Yeah, we had a listener ask about it as well, or a viewer.
That's why I put it in here.
Yeah.
Okay. My personal opinion is I don't give I don't care what the cops have to say for this, because someone on the front lines will still be told whether they have to go grab so-and-so's AR-15, and
Right.
and they will have to enforce it. They can choose whether or not to enforce other laws, but they're still going to be grabbing guns from people. They don't have a choice in that matter.
They do have a choice. They have a choice to actually continue to work for said whatever, or resign.
Yeah, I
They
guess
have a
that's their
choice.
choice.
Everybody
Yeah.
has choices.
Mhm.
Choices, right? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, that's the same as like saying that the people from Toronto have a choice that they can, if they if they want to keep their handguns, they can leave once the municipal bans come in, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Right. One of the big things about this is we've already seen some, but we're starting to see some people who are either law enforcement, military, whatever, starting to speak up and saying, no, this isn't acceptable. Or people were talking about it before people weren't allowed to or not able to, and people are just saying, screw it.
I think they always were. They just like there's some definite overreach. We're talking in reference to, I believe the military had indicated to some of their members that they were not to talk on gun control.
There's specific things when you actually, so if you are
you can't represent the service or a company and give an opinion on something like this. Like that's
right.
The same with a lot of different things.
No, but you're not actually. So military, public safety, we're not allowed to actually have an opinion, either a political opinion or do anything that would represent the current government, federally, provincially, or municipally in a negative light. So we can't have a political opinion, and we cannot say that this is something that is, for lack of better terms, shit or whatever. And we're not allowed to post about it on social media. We're not. So there's very strict lines, and we do occasionally receive emails, we direct orders, or any of that sort of thing. Anything that's coming down, if we know it's coming down, we'll get a direct order and say you are not to post about this, or yeah. So basically, we're not allowed to have an opinion, a political opinion. So, but people are starting to have political opinions. They're starting to say this is bullshit.
Yep.
Okay.
Neato. Okay. No new gun stuff that I saw, but I haven't been looking that hard. Why don't we get on to the main topic? For our main topic, we're going to check the FRT. Now, Denis, is this a different FRT, or is this the same one that we were looking at the other day?
No, it's actually a different one. So up until last week, I was not aware that there were two versions of the FRT. I was always using the business one for my Verify work. But so I sent the so I asked to have access to the Verifier's FRT. Yep, earlier this week, and they sent me my login today. So
cool. Yeah. One of the things I believe Caliber noticed it, that the Verifier version got access to the live version, and that one was updated more often than the business one, which is also updated more often than the public one. I think the public one hasn't been updated since the coronavirus hit. Yeah,
I don't think they really care about the public one right now.
No.
It's changing so often.
I don't think they care about the public. Why do you? Why have 4 versions or 5 versions, a hobo version? Well, like, come on, man.
I'm sure there's some really bad IT decisions that were made along the way that make it like that.
Yeah, how much available to people, right?
Yeah.
This is how much you need to know. It's need to know basis.
General government incompetence on the way there, procurement, cronyism, and presto changeo. We've got 3 versions of the FRT, and yeah.
Well, they added the public one recently.
Yeah, I mean they should have had it the whole time. Like, how do you know if you've got something that's legit or not, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're turning people into criminals overnight. You change the rules in the middle of the game without letting the players know. You know what I mean? And I don't know if we want to talk about this now, but the horse police are rumored to be operating sting operations. So, like, they prohibit a gun, don't notify everyone with a firearms license who may have one through official means that's been prohibited, and then try and get you to sell it to them. You could inadvertently, legitimately sell your gun that they flick the switch and turn prohibited without knowing it's prohibited, and then they would arrest you and charge you for selling a prohibited firearm and take all your stuff away.
So I've got a theory on that. That's a little bit more
Less tinfoil?
reasonable.
More tinfoil.
I think it's
reasonable.
more reasonable.
Then I don't want to hear it.
So I bet they have been stinging people on the way to popular shooting spots and looking for stuff that was prohibited in the OIC. I bet all the stuff that's been prohibited since. I'm willing to bet that there are cops who are selling their prohib firearms to try to get them out of their hands, and that's what we're seeing. Is people are like, because I saw a couple of them. Oh, this guy was trying to buy this off me or sell this to me, and I looked it up, and he's a member of the police. And I think that's just police are people too, and they're trying to sell illegal stuff before it's really, really illegal.
Yeah.
But
it can't be real. That's like saying this murder is only a little illegal, but this murder over here was really, really illegal.
Murders are going to are illegal now. They're going to be more illegal soon. So do your murdering right now. I think that's
right.
What they're doing.
It's like, well, what you said was, before it's even more illegal. Once they're prohibited, they're prohibited. It doesn't get any more or less prohibited.
There's a little bit of reasonable doubt when let's say
they don't notify
today
you, right?
they prohibit a firearm. Yeah, there's no notification system, right? They prohibit a firearm today in the live version, not the business version, and you sell a gun to someone. You technically sold a prohibited firearm.
Right, that's true.
But how are you supposed to even know, right? So I think there's
even for verifiers or whoever has access to the live version, we don't get a notification every time there's a new gun added to the list. So even if I do have access to that information, I'm not going through that database every day just to see what's new. Mm-hmm. So I could be selling guns that are prohibited without knowing.
Yeah, because they are adding them and not notifying
as they go. Yeah.
Well, so we figured this out in 2 minutes. What about the people who make the rules? Don't they realize this and don't care?
I think that no and yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else disagree or have any other thoughts on it?
And they
just
don't
wonder
care.
when Canada turned into communism.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, so ORC named a bunch of guns and then put in some categories of guns that were left to the RCMP's interpretation. We know that the RCMP, CFP bans beyond what they should, beyond what they've been told to in law. And this is really a continuation of that behavior. The CFP has tried banning stuff in the past for really silly ideas, and they've banned different magazines for really silly ideas. The Butler Creek, this magazine that was predates the Charger, is now all of a sudden designed for the Charger. Dual-use magazines, like a lot of the shenanigans that the CFP gets up to are beyond their beyond what a neutral enforcement body would do. They're not a neutral enforcement body.
Hell no.
Why don't we talk about some of that? Because there's some like real fun guns in there that that they banned because reasons.
So Adriel, we got a list going again. What's going on? What's our format?
We've got a micro list of stuff that people have asked us about, and then some of the ones that have been added in this week. So since our last show. The first one is the Mossberg 715T.
Yep, I'll go check it.
You want to share the screen again?
Which is a 22.
It's
not just a 22.
It's one of
Kelly.
these. It's one of these with a stock on it.
Yeah. It's a crappy little 22 wrapped in a clamshell plastic molded.
Yeah.
The charging handle is plastic and it is not functional. It doesn't move. It's just it's molded into it. You can't use the charging handle.
Well, that's the same thing as the M&P 1522. It's it's plastic and you can't use it, but it looks like it, and that's why they banned it. So I'm just saying.
It's not the same thing though.
I
This is a different gun
can't,
wrapped in
share my
plastic.
screen.
Should be at the bottom there.
The MMP
Yeah,
22 isn't wrapped in
says,
something else.
Host
No,
disabled
but it's
participating
plastic.
screen sharing.
Oh, well, that's my fault. Let me. I don't know how to turn it on, but we can just talk through them. Did you want to look up the Mossberg 715T?
Yep.
Oh, there's one. There's a juicy one in here I want to share with you guys because it's just like these are all ridiculous. This one that I've got that we're gonna pull up number 3 here. It's
Really?
a screamer. Yeah.
I can't. No more screamers. I'm at my limit for stupid. It hurts like it.
But we like the
What-
RCMP CFP did this before, right? Now they're just emboldened. They know that the liberals aren't going to be like, whoa. You guys are
Right.
banning bolt action shotguns? What are you guys thinking? Like they're not going to put the brakes on them.
Nope.
No.
What, Kelly?
They
So,
just got the green light.
No, I was just saying, when did you actually become fed up with stupid? Because I thought that was a long time ago.
Oh, I mean, you're right, Kelly. My tolerance for stupid has never been what one would call ample. But these days it's reached a new low.
There's the 715T Tactical 22.
exactly. So
715
there's
Mhm.
so when I look up the 715T, it shows as non-restricted,
Mhm.
but the 715 Tactical 22 is prohibited. And same as the 715 Tactical 22 Duck Commander, which is same gun but in camo. This one is also prohibited.
The 715 Tactical 22 Duck Commander.
Yep.
It's prohibited.
So, and it shows that it's because it's a variant of a M16, AR-10, AR-15, or M4.
Why? I mean, when you look at this,
So-
when you look at this weapon of war, this military grade weapon of war here, you can clearly see the lineage in this package that's come from the AR-15. It's all this
It's
thing.
got
is just
M16 written all
covered.
over it.
I was thinking the same
So,
thing.
Adriel,
Uh-huh.
when you say that, you have to say it with a straight face. You know that, right?
So, Adriel,
People on the podcast can't tell.
I know.
are we
They're
allowed to say?
listening.
Are we allowed to say shit for brains this week? Is that still okay?
I think that one. Just no F-bombs. Just no F.
Oh,
like,
okay.
less F-bombs. We already put one in. Less.
Oh, did we?
Less. I think.
Sorry.
Yeah, when we
Yeah.
went first one live, you said one.
Yeah, so
didn't
like the
know.
715 is this rifle in a different stock. It takes the same mags. This can take like little mags, or they've got like some big beefy mags that are AR lookalike kind of a mags. But it is, and then for the audio listeners, I'm holding up a Mossberg Plinkster, which is the same gun. It's made in Brazil by CBC. CBC makes this gun.
Maybe they watched last week and they were like, "You guys think that's bad? Bitch, please hold my beer. Watch what we're
Watch
going to do to you."
this.
Yeah, they want me to have a stroke. That's what it is. They're watching. They're seeing my little meltdown, and they're like, yeah, "We're going to make for a
One
lot
more.
stroke."
Oh,
out
that's
next
all it'll
week.
take. It'll just take one more.
Trevor, why do
Bolt
we
action
always?
shotguns didn't do it. Let's ban a plastic 22. What's that, Kelly?
I was just wondering why you're making it all about you again.
Because none of you assholes are going to have a stroke. I'm the only one that's really losing it over here. And also, it's always about me,
I know.
dummy.
ATRS Modern Sporter.
Now, I just want to say the same thing for the Mossberg 702 Tactical. This one is also prohibited. So we get. So
Are
we
we
get
sharing
the,
screens yet? Can we see what this thing
No,
looks like?
it's
The
still-
702?
No, it's not letting me sharing the screen.
Spotlight, make host. I can make you a host. Change a host to Dennis. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's see what that does. I'm the host
Woohoo!
now. Do whatever you
You are-
want. Feel free.
I'm the host. Okay,
You're
now
running
I'm
the show
here.
now, bud.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gone. Oh, there it is.
Look at it.
Okay, so the Mossberg 702
Plinkster.
22.
They actually have Plinkster in the title, no less.
Yep. So when I open it, so prohibited.
Wow.
And this FRT version even has some pictures. So
Well, that's neat.
yeah. So yeah, it looks like an air, but it's
I saw this version once before, Denis, at Promotion Plus. The actual firearms center was there, or the CFO's office was there.
Okay.
First time the club put in a booth since I've been in the club. And yeah, the Canadian Firearms Center had a booth at the Campbellton Promotion Plus.
Okay.
So I went over, and he was looking stuff up for me, and he brought up a picture of a Keltec Sub 2000, and he
Yep.
brought it up and said non-restricted and stuff. But the picture
Mhm.
was of the short-barreled restricted one. I'm like, you're telling me the gun's non-restricted? Yeah. He goes, yeah. So, well, that's
Okay.
actually a photo of the restricted one. Look at the barrel length. Now, I've got that gun over on the table, and you'll see 4 inches of barrel sticking out the front sight. This one doesn't. This was before the Gen 2. And
Okay.
he's like, well, if you were pulled over on the side of the road and this is what they saw, you'd get away with it. See, there it
Mhm.
is.
Yep.
There's the short-barreled version. That's the Gen 1. And what does it come up as?
Keltec Sub 2000.
See?
Where does it say Gen 2
Non-restricted
anywhere?
up
Yeah.
at the top. The
Yeah,
Canadian
that's
flag.
non-restricted. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're
So-
showing the restricted version. So the FRT is,
No,
just-
like here it shows restricted. Wait.
that's the
Yeah,
5
restricted.
shots. Oh,
5 shots.
5 shots. Why?
So
It takes
I don't know, but it shows 40 cal. So yeah, this one is restricted. Probably because of the barrel length, 409,
yeah.
and the other one is non-restricted. Yeah, with a longer barrel.
So is there a picture of the non-restricted one?
No, there's only one picture per
One picture, okay.
for FRT
Okay.
number. Yeah.
But it's interesting they're showing it as a 5 shot when it takes a pistol mag. So that tells me there's some other shenanigans going on.
And no, there's some 10-shot ones.
Oh, good, okay.
Lower. Yeah.
If it came with a magazine,
yeah.
it would be a rifle mag.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as the mag's made for a pistol.
Mhm.
Can you look up the PA-22?
That's
It's
the model.
Tomahawk. Yes, it's
PA-22.
Tomahawk. Yeah.
there. She is. This one's one of my favorites.
Tomahawk PA-22. There's no picture for this one.
Oh,
Okay.
I've got a picture.
Okay.
Okay,
So
let's
shotgun
see.
prohibited. Pump action.
It's a
2
pump
shots.
action. Yeah, it's a pump
2
action.
shot pump action is now prohibited. Why?
With a 500 millimeter barrel. It's a long barrel.
Go to the details on it.
Yep.
On why it was prohibited.
So it's a
And
variant.
16.
Yep.
It's pump action shotgun, but according to the RCMP, it's a variant of the M16.
It
Does
does have a carry handle. It's not like an AR style carry handle. It's like a really crappy one.
I think that's what
Carry
it is.
handle on the top, but that's about it because it's pump action out the front. It does have a magazine.
This guy really is falling this time.
Does it have a picture?
Nope.
Because let's look at the picture again.
I have a picture here. One second.
No.
Yeah, I've got some. I'll share my screen. Oh, Denis, you gotta stop sharing your screen for a second.
Okay.
You fired you on the
Now maybe I can. Host disabled participant share screen sharing. I have to figure out how to make this work. You're the host now, Denis. Sorry,
Okay, so
you're
if
running
you-
this show.
Okay,
He has
so,
to actually turn it back to you.
So Denis has to make
Okay.
Adriel the host.
Yeah. So,
I'm not good at internet stuff.
but it's but it is actually now flipping. So why don't you hold it up and just talk?
I don't know how to hold. I don't have the gun. I don't have
Oh,
the.
I thought
Okay,
you
okay.
did have the gun.
No, the
That's right.
Tomahawk is it's similar to they were really popular, those pump action shotguns that had the 10-round mags that had that spring assist on the pump. What were those called? They were really popular for a while there.
Couldn't have been that popular. You don't remember what they're called.
Well, like it was a short period of time. I do have something that has not the same action as that one. One of the other shotguns is the Partis SD.
Yeah.
It's an AR style shotgun. I have the Partis SL, which is the same action. This is a 20 gauge version, semi-automatic, tube fed, and this was also deemed a prohibited variant. And if you take a look at it, it is not really that AR-ish. It's
What?
got a charging handle on the side.
The shotgun you're holding is now prohib?
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
one that's based on this that has different
Okay, so-
furniture. It has some
Yeah,
different plastic bits on it, but same recoil action, same lockup and bolt and all that kind of stuff. The lineage is Weatherby SA8, not AR-15.
But it's based on the look. That's what it is. That's why it's prohibited.
Correct.
So the PA-22. Yeah, that's the one here.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Got it. Look at and
Wow.
that is not very AR looking.
It's got a
Wow.
pistol
That-
grip and a magazine. It's
Look
100%
at the
AR.
handle though. Look at that charging handle. Like that is a stretch.
wow.
You'd have to be really drunk to look at that and be like, I think that's an AR-15. Like you'd have to be blasted.
Makes no sense at all. Oh. Wow.
Let's go. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. Uzcon BR99.
Yep.
Okay. Wait. How do I go?
Kelly has a
back?
personal stake in this one.
Nope. Don't.
Don't.
Nope.
She got rid of that thing a long time ago.
I
Okay,
did. You
so-
can tell by me posting it on Gun Nuts.
Uzcon. What? What's the model?
BR99.
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 It is.
Prohibited.
Yeah.
And it's also okay. Semi-auto
AR.
shotgun. Yeah.
Semi-auto AR.
It has it has the handle on it. And
It's got the handle. Damn handle.
front. Yep.
It's got the bit that makes you able to carry it like a briefcase. That's the deadly
shoot worth
part.
shit though, but it does handle. Sorry.
Military grade, Kelly. Military grade.
Well,
Really?
if I was what?
No one needs a military grade shotgun.
Made
Yeah.
to kill the most people in the shortest period of time. I don't
Well,
maybe jamming's part of that. I don't know.
Maybe jamming.
it was fine Turkish. You
Hmm.
know.
What about the Valmet Hunter?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Valmet. How do you spell it?
Just a T
Valmet?
there, yeah.
Valmet. Yeah. Good. Hunter. No. Oh, just put that.
Right at the top there.
Yeah.
It's not right.
What's not right?
Something really grabby and catchy in my Phoenix Redback. Double
By the-
action gave
by
out
the-
on me on the weekend when I was at the range, and now it's just being weird.
Made by
Oh.
Seiko.
You were able to go to the range this
Non-restricted.
weekend?
No, that's a rifle.
Yeah, I went to hang out with Filthy and the boys.
Not restricted. So if you want a
Yeah.
Valmet Hunter,
Is there? No, that's a rifle, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. So.
It's a non-restricted AK-47.
correct.
Uh-huh.
Still good.
Interesting. Okay.
SR22.
There's a picture. Okay, yeah, there's a picture.
Yep.
The SR22.
By the way, Denny, we appreciate you coming on and spending so much time doing this.
Yeah.
And I know that our listeners do too.
Good.
So.
Anytime. I
Show
don't
your
mind.
appreciation by shopping at Armory DC Gunsmith.
Exactly.
Parkerizing.
So.
Just
Cold bluing, wood
Bluing.
refinishing,
wood refinishing.
cold rusting,
So
warm
the-
rusting.
None
Every
of that's
kind of
right.
rusting.
Stop speaking. Cold rusting. Jesus.
Okay. So yeah, the Ruger SR22 restricted? No.
That is the handgun.
Handgun. Okay, yeah.
They've got a rifle too. It'll be non-restricted.
Okay. Only shows the handgun or nope.
What are the other silly ones I've got in this folder?
Yeah.
I've got some other.
You know, next week, because we brought up the Valmet, it'll be prohibited. That's the way gun owners think that it operates. Slamfire talks about it, plants the seed, the RCMP prohibits it.
Because they want to see you have a stroke.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to you.
Yeah, the other ones I had were mostly like hunting rifles, like that punt gun,
Okay.
the Kimber 89, the Ruger #1, the Weatherby Mark V, all those ones in 460 Weatherby
Yeah.
that got banned. We don't need to look those up. Those were banned previous. I'm not sure.
Did
if
we
anything else
officially
got
check the
nailed.
modern supporter?
Oh no, we didn't.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Please and thank you.
So the modern sporter and prohibited.
Prohib.
So what does that mean for Alberta tactical rifle supply. Their ARs are gone. Their modern hunter, the modern varminter, and now the modern sporter are all gone. Everything they sell, as far as I'm aware, is now prohibited.
They've got some
Did they
precision
just
rifles.
bankrupt ATRS?
No, they got precision rifles that they
Yeah.
sell and make as well.
Okay.
A lot of
Okay,
them are
good.
big bore. Those ones will be prohibited now. Like that AT-50 that you're looking at right there, that single. I bet you those are all.
Single action. Yeah, it's fits
they're
a
all
50.
prohibited.
Yeah, fits a 50 cal.
Prohibited.
Yeah.
Says so right there.
Yep. But yeah, it still make other things. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, they still have other precision rifles that they make, and I mean that's what they made a lot before is precision rifles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that I had for the news was ATRS's response to this and what they're doing about it.
Oh, good. Okay. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Or we already got to it because the news comes before the main topic.
Correct.
Don't destroy the illusion of radio, Adriel.
I think we might have more people watching us live than on the radio.
Probably
sure.
right.
Yeah. Any other guns that we need to check? You guys watching the Facebook feed there?
There was an interesting one that I checked earlier, the Daria VR90.
Yep.
Which I thought was the exact same as the Daria MK10, but apparently they're two different guns. The VR90 is prohibited, and the MK10 is still non-restricted. And so, it was.
Anybody want to talk about those before I come up with a suggestion to look up?
So the VR90, prohibited, and it says because it's
it's an
AR variant. So, but
Is there a
so no. But there's a description of what it is, and it says it's an AR style shotgun. So, and not to be confused with the MK10 VR. And then when you look up the MK10, MK10 Magnum, MK10. And so this one is still non-restricted. And when you look at the description, so it says this semi-automatic box magazine fed shotgun resembles, however, it's not a variant of the AR-15. But it's
cap that. They're gonna change that.
But it's basically the same gun.
Yep. Screen capture it.
Well, it's on video now. I mean, part of that's part of what ATRS is fighting about is that they found that the Modern Sporter was not a variant of the AR-15, and they wrote it down as such, and they changed their mind after the Liberals.
Yeah,
because
we make up the definition. So yesterday it wasn't. Today we feel like it is. So it is because Liberals are all about feelings.
Yep. Cool. Trevor, you had another one that you wanted to look up?
Yeah, I can't remember if we looked it up last week or not, but that doesn't mean anything. Could have changed.
Yep.
The Uzcon AS46.
I think we looked it up last week, but yeah, let's
do it again.
If they take away all the semi-autos, this is a good option for three-gun games.
One of the things that the AS46 has going for it, it does not have a carry handle.
Doesn't have a carry handle, but it takes 10-round box head magazine.
There's no carry handle, therefore it's not an AR variant.
2 shots, keep going down. 2, 5,
5, 10,
10,
and still non-restricted.
Cool.
All good to go.
All right.
Does anyone on Facebook have any? Brittany was asking about the Mossberg 715T, and we confirmed that one is prohibited.
So, but I can share my screen. I can show it again.
SE16 Keltec.
Oh yeah, should check that one again for sure.
So 715T is. So this is interesting. And no picture of the 715T, but the 715T shows us non-restricted, but the 715 Tactical 22 is prohibited.
So which is, how do you know which one you have?
I don't know.
Carry handle?
It says there's a model number on the side there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where it is.
Hmm. So this one prohibited. No. What's the? Yeah, let's see if the description, if there's an actual difference. So these.
There's
Look at that. The 715T Tactical 22 is a Mossberg model, 702 Plinkster action, mounted inside a synthetic clamshell stock. That is technical for
Good words. Yeah.
crappy super
Yeah.
soaker gun plastic
Read the next
on the
line.
outside.
next
Externally
one.
resembles an AR-15 type rifle.
Externally
Resembles.
Yep.
So the Rock Island Armory 22 that I had, and I put it in the ATI stock. That was a clamshell stock,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it's almost the same thing when you look at it. It resembles, right?
Right. If you bought a Plinkster
Right.
and then you bought a third-party chassis,
Right.
you'd be okay.
Exactly.
But if you went and bought it from Mossberg, prohib.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's the difference. So the 715T is a 715T Tactical 22 without the R15 clamshell stock.
Right.
15T. I thought the T flat top. 15T flat top. 15T. I wasn't aware that there was a not like a 715 that wasn't like I thought the 705 was a Plinkster, 715T was just plastic shell on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but
Stands for tactical. No.
and the Tactical 22 Duck Commander is prohibited.
Okay.
So
Sounds just yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else that we need to check?
People are just asking for like the GSG 22 or the SVT 40 again.
Well, the SVT 40 isn't one that we've checked.
Nope.
I can't imagine we would have changed. It doesn't look like an AR-15.
No.
It's got that
And
going for it. It's got wood. It's got that going for it.
Yeah.
We just need some more wood AR-15s, and then they'll just go right through there. Just get that the Boyd stock wood fore end and wood back part on something that looks like an AR, and it'll go through. Then it won't be a variant, right?
Mm.
Exactly. SVT. No. What else could be called? Or
Make might be under like Soviet.
Or if I try SVT 40 here. Nope.
Soviet on make. Actually, here I can look this up over here too as well.
Soviet.
SVT space 1940.
SVT.
Make is
1940.
Tokarev. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, Russian arsenal. Yeah, okay. So there's 3 different ones. Yeah, non-restricted.
Yeah.
So what are the other variants? Okay, it's just Tula or Izvek. Okay, yeah, same gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, still non-restricted.
Cool.
What about the XT3? It's the Scylla Ranger.
I think we.
Did we checked that last week, didn't
I'm
we?
pretty sure that one
Yep.
is prohibited.
Prohibited.
XT3 Tactical Ranger is prohibited.
XT3 Ranger. So this one non-restricted, but
The
yeah, that's
the tactical one is
okay,
the
yeah. XT3.
space tactical.
So the different furniture just basically means that it's
XT3 Tactical. Yeah.
This
And
Armalytics website
Wow.
that uses the public FRT is way
Yeah.
faster than
Yeah.
the real FRT.
I know. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, XT3 is prohibited.
Yep.
There you go. There you go, Mike.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Well, I think I'm good. You guys have any other
Alright.
guns that you wanted to add?
No,
Once,
people
twice.
have asked a couple of times about the Connect Defender, but I don't think that it's
Oh yes,
so. Why don't we
it
just
is
end?
gone, eh? Let's.
Why don't we end on that?
Yeah.
I had one of those. Defender.
So Roger LeBlanc is saying we have to look up everything now every time we go to the range now.
Yep.
And, Rick,
Cannot
maybe.
get non-restricted.
Cops don't know that it's prohibited either. It's not like they. It's not
you're
like they get
100%
alerts
right.
on this.
Yep.
Right.
No, you're 100% right. Every time there's a change, they're about the last to know. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So, sorry, non-restricted.
Non-restricted, yeah.
Okay, for the Connect Defender.
There's been a couple of people asking for the SU-16. Did we check that one?
Not tonight.
No.
Not tonight.
Let's check it.
As well.
So, Adriel, while he's doing that, again, what's the website that we've been sending some people to?
SU-16. Armalytics. Armalytics.ca.
Right.
It is not a version of the live FRT, but they have been updating it with changes to the FRT.
Right.
So SU-16 is non-restricted.
Here we go.
Awesome.
Check that other one too. The RDB, their fancy new bullpup just came out. If you would, please, we'll call it good after that.
RDB. There's even a picture. Okay, yeah. Non-restricted.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, thanks, Denny.
Yeah,
No problem.
definitely. Thanks. Can you make me host before you leave?
Oh, sure. Okay, how do I do that?
If you hover over my picture and then there's like the little 3 dots there. And then anyone out there, if you'd like to buy some gun stuff online or have your firearm refinished, definitely check out Armory DC Gunsmith. They're on Facebook. They've got some websites and that kind of thing. So you can go there to check out what they have. Their pricing is very good.
Yeah.
And
Instagram.
Service is
on
great.
Instagram as well. Yep.
Thank you.
Hey, Denis, is there anything exciting that just came in that you want to?
Well, we didn't get a lot of new stuff recently because of all the bans. I don't know what to buy. But so June 15 is going to be my 5th anniversary. So already 5 years in business. So to celebrate that, every day we're going to post a different gun at a really good price online on Facebook. So every day you'll have the gun of the day for sale. So until June 15.
Awesome.
What a cool way to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Denis.
Thank you.
Talk later, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Denis, for coming on and giving us that access to that live FRT. That's really useful, and I know a lot of our listeners are wondering about particular guns, and it feels good to be at that we're able to help them out with this. Is there any listener feedback in the Facebook version that we need to get to?
Yeah,
Oh, there's 140 comments. Forget it. There's no way.
We've been trying to keep up with them, and we also, when Denis was here, we've been feeding him the stuff that people are looking for. Luca Dan does want to know if he's able to come to the Ronnie DeGroot as a spectator.
I sent him a PM. But for
cool.
anyone else who may be wondering, if they open up our numbers, yes. If not, no. It's 10. It's groups of 10 only. So if you're a spectator, you're the 11th wheel. So no. If you're not registered, don't show up. But if the numbers change, then you're allowed.
Yeah, you don't want to have a neighbor come by and take a picture with a group of 12 people and then get you in trouble with the province.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right,
let's
get on to listener feedback. Listener feedback is sponsored by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, and Sierra coat finishes, as well as wood refinishing, rust bluing, hot rust bluing, cold rust bluing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms, accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca, and also check him out on Facebook and Instagram. The first one here is from Rick. Kelly, did you want to take that one?
Yep, it's from Rick O'Shea. That's kind of a play on words. It's not his real name. Okay, I've discovered that the time to get a gun song is roughly 20 seconds long. Whenever I wash my hands, I sing the song and then get washed for 20 seconds. It's not that bad either, and the song's pretty cool. So that's a perfect song to wash your hands to.
There's a longer version. We just have like a chopped version for the show.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
20 seconds worth.
But that's I know that Rick's been listening for quite a long while, so he knows that version, right? So he can just sing it. Or you can take
It's a hand washing song.
Right. Or you can take us to the bathroom with you and hit play for the podcast and wash your hands while you do that.
There we go. Trevor, you want to take the next one from Mark?
No.
All right. From Mark H. Interviewing people on the streets of Toronto. Question: do you know anything about the gun ban? Answer: no. Question: do you have any opinion on it? Answer: I'm all for it. I think that summarizes a lot of people's understanding of firearms laws in Canada.
Right.
Support for them.
He provided a YouTube link. People should watch this.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it is that's accurate. It's
People don't know.
There was a CBC opinion article on and the author was making the case that people for the handgun ban don't understand that handguns are used as sporting equipment in Canada.
Yep.
They think it's like keep it in your dresser drawer, home defense kind of stuff.
So I'm actually going to say something different. I'm going to say that people actually think that if there's a handgun ban, that criminals will not have handguns at that point.
Yeah, because they're banned, right?
Because they're banned. They aren't not able to make the link. They don't care as well, but they're not able to make that link. If you ban guns, there's not going to be any There's not going to be any guns.
Guns are already banned.
I know, but people don't understand that.
Like I understand when I get into an argument with someone and I get to but like here's Saunders saying that 80% of the guns in Toronto that they find with gangs are coming in from the US, and they're like, yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah,
20% still something, and I don't care about your property rights or your ability to do this. It doesn't actually affect me, and in fact, you're probably on the other side politically from me, so F you instead. Right. It's another way to stick it to you. So I don't think they really care whether it has any impact on crime or not. It's just a way to stick it to people who aren't from their tribe. Yep.
You're not wrong. Had a conversation about that this week with somebody.
It's I mean, like in part, political parties do this. Political parties try to harm the voting base of the opposition, or try to help their base as much as possible. I'll give you an example on the Conservative side. The Conservatives put into play a better taxing for people with a one earning family, which is me. That's my family.
Right.
What kind of family group is most conservative? One single earner or double earner? Single earner by far are more conservative. It's not even close.
Yeah,
if you look at
that's true.
So like that was an example of like the Conservatives doing something for their base. As soon as Liberals get into power, that's gone. Mm-hmm. Those tax provisions are gone. So partly political parties actively try to help their base and harm their opposition's base.
Right. Well, let's we see it anytime that there's a shift in power. Like we see it all the time, right? They'll rescind something, right? Or they'll put in something else. Or it depends on which government it is. It goes back and forth.
Yeah. So it has very little to do with like what's good policy or what's right or wrong. It has more to do with power struggles between different tribes.
Right.
Which is a real bitch, because that's like, it shouldn't be how government operates.
No, it should be according to what's best for the people that they're governing, and whether it's a certain party or not. So, but we also know that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in any level of government. People vote, it's bipartisan. So, or not, it's partisan. So it's just basically. Anyways, I don't want to talk about politics anymore.
From Chris, I heard your podcast and you were talking about needing to calculate joules. Here's the formula and the breakdown for you and all your listeners.
Oh God.
Kinetic energy in joules, M
Mhm.
equals mass in kilograms, V equals velocity in meters per second.
Yep.
To convert grains to kilograms, kilograms equals the bullet's weight in grains divided by 15,432. Kinetic energy equals half times mass times velocity. Squared.
Right. Okay.
Substitute the values and your answer will be in joules. Use in meters per second off the box of store-bought ammo. I think I have a better way of determining whether something's 10,000 joules or not. If you shoot it without a break and it breaks your shoulder, it's probably 10,000 joules.
Yeah, you're good.
Like if I was looking at a lot of the
science.
There's some science in there. I was looking at a lot of the rifles that are the 460 Weatherby versions, and they all have big bad brakes on. That Ruger number 1, if you get the one in 460 Weatherby, it's got a big brake on the front. You have to, because 10,000 joules is like, that's some stank on that thing.
Yeah, but so what? That's
You'll
my
break your
opinion.
shoulder. You'll break your
No,
shoulder if you
not
shoot that thing.
I know, but I'm just saying 10,000 like joules. So what?
Oh yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
I
who cares?
should be able to go hunting deer with a 460 if I really feel like it.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but I might. With a 50 BMG, I might have. That'd been fun. No, Trevor.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
about that? Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, if it's legal,
Well, it's not
do it.
now.
It's
not
not
now,
now. Yeah. 338 Lapua. There you go. I've done that.
okay. How can a 338 not do 10,000 joules, but a 460 does?
It's got more stank.
Okay. Stank. It's all about the stank.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You would
Trevor?
hurt your shoulder. Firing a 338 Lapua without a break, it would definitely hurt. A lot of hurt in there.
But that's a lot of math. We don't do math well here.
Don't math good. No.
No.
Don't want to. Don't even want to like think about it.
But thanks,
It's like,
Chris.
how close is it? Is it a contour off? Is it close enough? Good enough. Let's go.
What did you just say?
Oh, Adriel.
Kelly put up a list. I'm trying to hit them all. All right, from John.
Kelly, did you do that? Did you make a list? The
I
things
said
you can't say in a podcast. You remember the time that you and I both snuck in the word clit on a dare? We did it. We totally got away with it.
Uh-huh.
And this is it. We're fessing up to it right now. And by we, I mean me. Yeah, Kelly and I both managed to say the word clit on the air and not get caught.
Yes,
Well,
I
until
did
today.
I did at the beginning of the show send in the 7 words you can't say because you dropped the F-bomb.
I
So,
didn't see
I've been
it.
And
slowly
then
getting them in there.
And then Adriel says, "This is a challenge," and I said, "Well, yes, it is."
But geez, Adriel, wow. Really? I mean, that one's big. That was a big one.
I think that was the classiest way to get it in there.
It really is. You used it as a standard
Measurement.
unit of measurement.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Okay.
the gig is up.
Yeah, the jig, not the gig.
Jig.
Yes, it's the
Jig,
jig.
yes. Yeah.
This is a dance-related thing.
No, the jig. Kelly, isn't it a fishing thing like jigging?
Yes.
Yeah, the jig is up.
Okay.
You
I
have to
learned
be
something
from,
today.
You have to be from Newfoundland.
I'm landlocked here. Like we don't really like. I guess we jig when we fish on like frozen lakes, like ice
Yes.
fishing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
jig could be up there.
I guess. Yeah.
Go eat some prairie oysters. Suck on some buffalo nuts.
Trevor, you got the show notes in front of you now.
I do.
Okay.
I'm no longer conversing with my realtor. I'll get back to the
You're
There-
selling house? Oh, yeah. Never-
dad's house. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you want to take this one
where
from
Matt?
John?
John?
Yeah.
I just about ate.
I just about ate my hat the other day when I heard Trevor say the government wasn't going to prohibit your shotgun. Well, Trevor, I'm not at all sorry to say that once again you're wrong. Fix yourself. I'm wrong a lot, John, and it's never caused me to want to fix myself yet. Here's a document that was created May 15, 2020, detailing the search results of the FRT database for prohibited shotgun. You'll notice Mossberg 500 and Remington 870 is on that list.
So.
Oh,
This-
cool. This is the list. But the problem with searching the I tried opening it, it wouldn't work. The problem with searching the FRT for prohibited and shotgun is that you get a bunch of ones that were prohibited before. So they
Why
had
did we even put this garbage email in? Because
Oh, it's good. No, this is fantastic because this we talked about this in the myths, and this is just reinforcing. We're going to talk about a little bit more. I've had this list shared with me from a couple different people. The Mossberg 500 and 870 aren't banned. There are versions of them that were already prohibited. That were the barrel was like way too short.
Right.
Nobody really has them up here, anyways. Yes, but they're not prohibited.
No.
Right. Just because you saw it on a list somewhere, it's all about the context, John.
Yeah.
So you fix yourself. Yeah.
Do you guys know who John is?
I know a lot of Johns. Which one is this?
It's M14 Medic. So John Rogers.
Cool.
So from Gunning Around.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Anyways, thanks, John. But
that was an inter
John should start a podcast
slam
since he
down.
knows so much.
If you'd like to email the show and get slammed down, send your email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Podcast app reviews, we don't have any right now, but if you wanted to help the show out, go review us on your podcast app. Tell you what, go review us on Facebook. I think you can do that, right? You can review a page on Facebook. Go review us on Facebook. That'll be fun.
Be careful what you wish for, Adriel.
Oh, God.
I would love the content.
Okay.
The hate does sustain you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, if they review us, if they review us on Facebook, we do get more hits, which means it will be more prevalent too. So yeah, go and
go review us on Facebook. That'd be fun.
Recommend us to your
friends.
You
don't have to like
you can click on it.
You don't have to open up iTunes. You just open up Facebook and go like review us, recommend us, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Go do that. And we'll probably read your review on the air if we find it and remember. Patreon supporters, if you'd like to help us run the show and pay for, I don't know, Zoom and that kind of thing, head on over to patreon.com/slamfireradio. You can also help support the show by visiting our website and clicking on the links through Cabela's. Do you guys have any shout-outs, Trevor?
I do, to Barrett, and Barrett sent me a very kind, thoughtful email the other day to my, he's a listener of the show, and he sent it to my personal email. Again, someone just reaching out to say, hey, we're all in this together, chin up and all that good stuff. Anybody who takes the time, everybody's got a life, everybody's got BS going on and problems, you know what I mean? And when you put all your stuff aside to reach out to another person and say some kind words, it says a lot about you as a human being and a lot about your character. And Barrett, thank you very much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Ken is someone who bought one of the litany of firearms I've been selling recently, and turns out that Ken is a listener of the show. So after the deal was done, then he was like, by the way, great job on Slamfire. And so he had some nice things to say about, everybody but you, Adriel, really. And, so no, he
everyone else needs the positive reinforcement. I don't. I know I'm perfect, so.
Ah, damn.
He is. He's the bestest. I told him yesterday.
Time to change your meds. Yep. No, So Ken, he was super, super awesome guy to deal with. I would sell him anything or buy something from him anytime.
Except for the prohibs.
It helps that he's happy with what he bought. So that's all good. So Ken, thank you very much. Adriel,
what are you still selling? Hey, are you selling anything good that I would want?
Yep.
Or is it just selling like a pile of like cooies that are just stacked like firewood?
You're a man of pretty distinguished tastes. I've got a tactical 870. I got a Mossberg 590A1.
So
those manually actuated firearms are just nothing for me. I prefer semi. Technology in the last 100 years.
No, man. The only I got my Maple Sea gun, my RPS gun. I got my PCC for IPSC.
Well, if anything else comes up for sale, let me know.
Yeah.
No, man.
No.
Things are slim. Let's just put it this way. I could put it all back in a gun safe. That's what I got left.
Ooh. Well, I think like some people collect, and like that's cool. I like to have a working collection where like these are guns that like get used, and
that's where I'm going to be at. The IPSC guns, the hunting guns, and the family heirlooms. Everything else that was a safe queen is gone. But I mean, keeping the Garand, keeping the long branch. That's a military police long branch. That's, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, I'm going to keep an SKS or 3 or whatever.
Got it. Very Canadian. I mean,
you know.
the other way to think about that, you're rehoming them to places where they will be loved. Those firearms will be loved and cherished and used by
Aren't
those
you
new owners.
just the
Some of them were
glass
strategic.
half full guy today?
He is gross, isn't he? Some of them, Adriel, were strategically sold, right? The
Mhm.
Beretta 92 went to my cousin. Certain things went to filthy, which basically means they're on pawn. Right? The Kui collection is now 100% gone. There's not a single Kui firearm left, not a shotgun, not a 22. That's not true. There's my nephew's 22 that my dad left him when he gets his license. I restored it for him. He gets that. That's
Okay.
on paper mine, but really it's going
Makes
to my
sense.
nephew.
Yeah.
I don't need 3 590s. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Paul Furlot's supposed to buy one. I'm going to keep my Mariner and my Retro because I got two of basically the same gun, my 590 and my 870. They're both tactical Magpul, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost my Typhoon, but I still got my Versamax, so I'm covered there for shotgun matches.
Yep.
So
Neat.
yeah, man.
Kelly, do you have any shout outs?
I do. I want to actually say or give a shout out to Alain and the other Trevor, because
Good call.
yeah, both of them have recently been injured, and I just want to say, don't go around Trevor. Anybody, not the other Trevor, but Trevor Furlot, because I think he's the common denominator around all of this stuff that's happening. So, but I just wanted to say, heal well, both of you. Get some rest, and I hope that you heal quickly.
I was nowhere near Alain.
I think he was probably thinking about something he had to do at the range, and that you were on his mind. So
I am connected to everything that's happened, to everyone that's had something bad happen to them. You're right, but I'm
in the clear.
Me,
it's not you.
It's not me. It's merely a coincidence.
Merely a coincidence. There's, there's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Well, it's not even
Bacon.
Yeah, I know, Bacon. It's not 6 degrees of Trevor Bacon. It is 1 degree.
Trevor and Bacon.
Yes.
Trevor Bacon.
I want bacon. I need to eat. Okay, let's finish this.
All right.
That's it.
I got shout outs for my local ranges have been like awesome this whole time. They've been like sending emails whenever there's like a new development. They send an email telling everyone what's going on. Sherwood Park, Chaz, they're both like on the ball with communication, and they're both doing what's right in terms of the coronavirus and opening up and that kind of thing. So kudos to those guys, because that takes a lot of work, right? Like you have to read government documentation, figure out how it applies to you, and then come up with policies based on that. So,
hey, I just got another one of my epiphanies.
Oh God, what?
So, speaking of the president of IPSC Canada today, there's talk about raising money for the CCFR for their court challenge, right?
Okay.
And why don't we start raising money here on the show for the CCFR to go towards the court challenge and challenge all the other pro-gun podcasts to do the same?
I think that's a good idea.
has the CCFR opened funding for that court challenge?
Well, they've got a donation link on their webpage, and it's not specifically for the court case. I heard Rod say on the CCFR radio podcast, you definitely need to be listening to the CCFR radio podcast. You definitely need to make sure the CCFR has your email address, because who knows if social media pulls the plug on the CCFR, all they have left is email. And anything is possible. The sky is falling right now.
Mm-hmm.
Rod said that there's no separate bank account for the lawsuit. It's just all going to go into our general account, and it'll be paid for out of there. So you just go to the CCFR website and follow the link to donate.
Right. And they're posting on social media as well that you can basically, there's a big thing, donate here.
So I came up with the idea that Slamfire will raise money, and I came up with the idea to challenge the other podcasts to meet us and do the same. Kelly, it's your idea to come up with a fundraiser.
I
Oh,
will.
is
I'm thinking.
Is there a
What?
way for the CCFR to collect money and tag where it's coming from so we can race them and win? Because
Right.
it's not fun enough unless we like stomp all the other
Sure.
podcasts into the dirt
Yeah,
with our
we can do that.
fundraising prowess.
Yeah, and we can come up. I'm going to draw on my daughter, who is the graphic designer piece. I'm going to get her to design some really cool stuff for it because I paid for her
Okay,
education.
hold the presses.
So what?
My beard has a Facebook page.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was just going to ask about it. You were talking, and then yeah, so
Why'd
Trevor's
you do that,
beard.
Trevor?
I thought it was you.
It's Dave. Dave did Andrew's beard. I'm sure of it, even though the skinny little bastards never fessed up to it. Where the hell is Trevor's beard Facebook page? What the Christ?
So everybody gonna go on over to Trevor's beard, like it. He'll become friends with you, and you can whatever. We
It's
should
probably
upload,
not an RCMP plant.
Yeah,
Probably
we
not.
should upload all of those pictures of you from 2 years ago with that beard that just you had things living in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it, I guess.
And he's blocked. Your beard's blocked
I'm
you.
blocked.
It's probably, yeah.
My own beard doesn't like me.
All right. Please join the CCFR. Check us out at Gunners of Canada. Like us on Facebook. Review us on Facebook. Reach out to your city councillor now to talk about municipal handgun bans. And we'll see you next week.